I heard an interesting term from Dr. Boyce, and it was called brand association. And that's what, like the Coons, for instance, that's what they suffer from, brand association. Instead of it being Tommy Hilfiger or Gucci or Prada, the brand is black versus white. We look at being black as a bad brand, a generic brand, like the bag cereals that you see, Tostios instead of Cheerios. Sugar encrusted flakes instead of frosted flakes. We see ourselves as the generic brand. The generic box of rice. It just says fucking rice on it in big black letters. The generic oatmeal that just says big ass black letters oatmeal. It's not a brand like Quaker Oats, or Uncle Ben's long grain rice. We look at white people as the name brand, or rather Coons, I should say. And a lot of black people in general look at white people as the name brand and black people as the generic brand. And they want to be associated with the name brand. So they do things to make themselves look as though they belong in that category, forgetting about themselves and forgetting about their own blackness and their own brand, which is kind of crazy because we look at ourselves, black people, especially the Coon, and when I say we, I'm just speaking in general, as a race. We look at ourselves, like I said, especially the Coons, through the eyes of white people. And I agree with that point when Dr. Boyce made it. Black people look at themselves through the eyes of white people, especially Coons. Especially them. They look at themselves through the eyes of white people because, again, they feel as though they are a better brand. So if they gauge themselves the way the better brand would judge them, then they can eliminate whatever it is that they feel as though is negative about their quote-unquote generic brand. The same thing when it goes to buying sneakers or buying a shirt at the mall. We have suffered from brand association. We associate quote-unquote brands with a higher social status. The Coons do this with skin color. When melanated people are the most genetically dominant people on the planet, we do not value our own brand. And in turn, other races of people don't value us either because we have a lack of self-worth. Take, for instance, when it comes to politics, for instance, and the Democratic Party, right? White people know that black people clamor for white acceptance, white approval. So when it is in election time, white people play on that insecurity, that brand recognition that black people crave so much. They play on that shit. You understand? Like Hillary Clinton on stage with Roland Martin, you know what I'm saying? Doing a Tootsie Roll or whatever the fuck it is they were doing. Talking about I walk around with hot sauce in my pocketbook. Just some of the most blatant, racist, ignorant, white supremacist shit, that she could actually muster up to say out of her mouth. This is exactly what they do. They play on us. They know we want to be accepted and recognized by them. So they come through black cities, they tour, they talk about bullshit, you know what I'm saying? They make themselves look acceptable to black people so they can win our vote. When they really only want the vote itself, they don't want to be your friend. They don't want to go out to fucking KFC and split a fucking 3-piece with you. They don't want that. You understand? They don't want to get a bucket of chicken with you and watch Oprah. They don't want that at all. They're playing on you to get from you what they want, which is your vote. The same way that clothes designers, fashion designers market their brands, their apparel to you to mimic the styles that we come up with, because we directly influence pop culture, and they know that. They take their cues from the things that we do. You understand? Man, I don't want to really get that deep off into it, But this is what we do with politics. This is what they do with us with politics. Excuse me, that's what I should have said. They play on the fact that we want to be noticed by them. So they pay attention to us during their election trails. They pay attention to us when they're trying to be reelected or get elected. They pay attention to us when they want our vote. In the moment they know they have secured our vote, you know what I'm saying? They vanish. And we're left empty fucking handed. You understand what I'm saying? We've helped them get into the position that they wanted to be in, and we're left standing there holding a fucking empty bag. Because once again, we've allowed ourselves to be played all because somebody paid a little bit of attention to us. We have got to break out of that.
The time when people can come in our community and get us to vote for them so that they can be our political